Hey, you want it? I got it. Let's talk about it. All right, Friday Night SmackDown. Whew. All right. I always want to try to say something good about what's been going on as far as Raw and SmackDown is concerned, and then some of the PLEs that we have. But man, lately it's been it's been crazy. It's been trash. It's like we're just seeing the same things over and over and over and over again. I mean, it's like none of the PLE, especially back when we just had WrestleMania, it was trash. WrestleMania was not that good. Nothing like the WrestleMania of last year. But leading up to Backlash tomorrow, I mean, there's only like 5 matches on the card. So, but anyway, let's get down to SmackDown and let's go over what happened. All right, let's talk about it. Oh yeah, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the bell for the next content, leave me a message, on comment. Tell me how you're feeling, and where you commenting from. All right, so let's get into what went on tonight. All right, we had LA Knight, Damian Priest going against Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, which is more like the match for tomorrow, which is a fatal four-way for the U.S. Title. The only thing different is that it's Solo in this match tonight and not Drew McIntyre. In the match, you got LA Knight and Damian Priest just arguing. What are they arguing about? It's just crazy. They look like two little kids at the playground, you know, uh, arguing about who's going to sit on the bench and where they're going to sit at. And there's plenty of seats. But yeah, so these two have been going at it with each other for since last Friday when the disqualification for the number one contender for the U.S. title match and everything. So it's crazy. The match was just mediocre. It was okay. Um, you get LA Knight, BTF, and Solo Sokoa, and win the match. And then, as you know, and I'm sure everybody knew that somehow Drew McIntyre would show up, and yes, Drew McIntyre would claymore Jacob Fatu and lay him out, and then pick up the belt, raise it high. But of course, we already know that Jacob Fatu is going to win that match tomorrow at Backlash. I've already put out a video for my predictions of Backlash. Go check it out, please. Um, So, during that time, there's a little funny segment with our truth up there with Cena and everything, talking about let's go Cena, and then you can hear the audience back in the back say Cena sucks and everything. It would be really funny though if our truth was the you know reason why Cena retains the belt and Randy Orton loses. That would be crazy. But it would be funny, but it would be crazy. But I would like to see what happens. So, I don't know. But then we have Alistair Black talking about Carmelo Hayes and what happened with the Miz last week. And then the Miz, as the Miz is now basically a jobber. I mean, he's pretty decent on the mic. Does a little, mid section of the card, the little promos and stuff like that. And I think that they're using The Miz and Carmelo Hayes wrongly. They need to be put as a tag team and go in the tag team division and like fight Fraxium or something like that. Stay out of all these single matches. They're having these single matches and they're like they're going to be a tag team. So let it happen. That's how they're advertising it. So let it happen. So why are they in singles matches and stuff? But anyway, Carmelo Hayes loses on a roll up from Aleister Black, and then Black Mass again. The Miz each one, and that's it. It's just the same thing over and over and over. Put them in a tag team, let them elevate in the tag team division. Please subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, let me know. Tell me if you agree or not. Okay, and then we have Chelsea Green, Piper Niven going against Zelina Vega. And Zelina, they're telling Zelina that she has no friends, and Chelsea Green saying that she has all these kind of friends, but the only friends I see her with is two. That's Piper and Out of Fire. So, but anyway, Zelina said, "Oh, I have friends, so why don't we have a match, and then I'll bring the friend that's not supposed to be a friend to the ring." And then lo and behold, it is Alexa Bliss, and I'm so happy that she's back. Man, hopefully that she'll get into the ring and we see more of her because it's something that will bring and elevate more of the women's division. We need something because right now it's looking crazy and stuff. And Zelina Vega and Alexa Bliss, win, but Alexa Bliss putting Sister Abigail DDP on Chelsea Green and winning the match. Um, so hopefully Alexa Bliss will be back. I like it what they did with her and Charlotte. They had the little thing, and Alexa is telling Charlotte that they need to talk. So we'll see what happens, what comes out of that. Then we got this little segment with Santos Escobar and Ray Phoenix and stuff. But it was a more setup where Los Gaza jumps on Ray Phoenix, beats him up. Andrade comes and stuff, and so they set that up later for a tag team match. And then as I was talking about Charlotte Flair, she's coming out and she's trying to get the crowd to 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 be with her, but everything she said, they booed, they booed, they booed. She threatened to walk out of the ring if they kept doing it. They kept doing it, so she left. She walked out the ring, but then she had to pass Jay Cargill. And Jay Cargill told her as Charlotte was walking away, she stopped her. She said, "You had your chance. Now head back to the end of the line." So I think Charlotte is in for some stuff moving forward. I don't know what it is with her and Alexa Bliss. I think it would be great if her and Jay Cargill was to get into it and stuff. They got to elevate, man, because SmackDown and Raw are really, 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 man, they are trash. I hate to be the one to say it, but that's what it's looking like. But anyway, we got Jay Cargill and Nia Jax. Okay, I can understand why Nia won this match is because I don't think they're ready for Jade to hold that type of title. I mean, she can be in the title race, in the mix, but I think with her and Naomi, especially with Naomi coming down, interfering, not really interfering, but just having a presence there, taking Jade's mind off the match and then allowing Nia Jax to win the match and stuff. I believe that Jade Cargill and Naomi, I think they need to end this feud, and I think it'll probably end somewhere either at Money in the Bank, maybe SummerSlam. We'll see. It might be to the point where they could put the two women in a cage match and have the second women's Hell in the Cell. Could that be possible? I hope so. Uh, Please, again, subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know. Tell me what you're feeling. Okay, and then we have the Street Profit. The Street Profit, man, they changed a lot with the Street Profit because I think the Street Profit, man, they should be coming out busting like they were. They look like they kind of like slowed them back down. They're not as hype as they used to be and everything. Montez Ford and Dawkins, they're great. They could be, they're good. They're a great tag team. And even once they split and become singles, they're going to be great singles wrestlers and stuff. and then with them with Fraxium and stuff. Now, and I'm saying that they had a hard time with the TLC match that they had the week before and stuff. Montez Ford, you can see that he's still, I mean, it's all kayfabe and stuff like that, but he's still bruised up. So you got to play it and stuff like that. But to have Fraxium win, have Fraxium, you know, um, win that match, it's crazy because now that takes away from the Street Profit and everything because they had a grueling match and they won it. They won a TLC, but then the next week they come back and then they lose to Fraction who just got there and stuff. It makes no sense. That's what I'm saying, man. That ooh, son, ooh. I don't know what's going on with the WWE. I don't know what Triple H is doing and everything like that. I mean, I'm not gonna trash Triple H because he's had some good times, and boy, is he having some bad times now. But man, they need to get together with the ooh. Whoever's putting these matches together, whoever's writing the storylines, man, they need to actually hurry up and fire them. And I believe Triple H is the one that's responsible for all that stuff. So yeah, it it's crazy. And then we have a little segment with, Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, and so when I believe they'll get together on. So they usually have a championship match at Money in the Bank. So whoever wins Money in the Bank could probably cash it in then and stuff like that. So let's see what happens with Nia Jax, and Tiffany Stratton. And then since Jay Cargill is kind of like in the mix or whatever the case may be, we'll see what happens moving forward going on there and stuff. And then we got Carmelo. Um, and Miz in their little promo, and the Miz is telling Carmelo, that he was in wrong positioning in the match that he lost against Aleister Black, and he's gonna show Carmelo where he needs to be, so if something like that happens again and everything. But the match was just something thrown together, two mid Carters and everything, how they're doing Carmelo Hayes and the Miz. They need to be a tag team, like I said earlier, and stuff. And they need to have Carmelo stop being a jobber. You know, I don't know what's going on with that. It's just making me. I'm confused. I'm sure everybody out there. I'm sure you guys are confused. But also, Black wins and stuff, and Miz eats another Black mass again and lays him out. You know, so man, and this Las Gaza versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix, which is a nothing match, just something put together and everything. I don't know. It's it's kind of crazy. I have no idea what they're going with this, but I the whole thing. Berto and Santos Escobar, they got into it and stuff, and Berto slaps the tar out of Santos, and we'll see what happens with what's going on with that. And then backstage, you get DIY attacking Fraxium. So I'm sure next week that's going to be a match on SmackDown somehow. Hopefully, a storyline comes out of it or whatever the case may be, or it's going to be just a one and done. Who knows? I have no idea what Triple H and man, the I don't I have I'm lost for words. I don't know. But then now we have our main event, which is John Cena and stuff. And John Cena says tomorrow everybody's childhood is gonna die. And John Cena is a trip, but you gotta love him. And then he starts breaking it down like between John Cena himself and Randy Orton. They know each other they've been wrestling each other for 25 years and stuff. And they have a lot. 100 episodes together, 31 championships together between them. Um, they are the two names, that define the ruthless aggression time. All right. And then he says if you're the age between 12 and 55 or beyond, you either choose Randy Orton or you choose John Cena. And I mean, both of them are good. I mean, they still got a good few years. Well, at least Randy got a few years. This is John Cena's last and everything. So, we'll see, we'll see. But we know John Cena is probably going to win that championship and everything. And then, at the end, as it always is, for the third time in a row, Randy Orton comes in and RKO's John Cena, leaves him stretched out. So that leads you to believe on the PLE that John Cena is going to retain his title. Okay, I'm exhausted. WWE is exhausting me. I don't understand where they're going. But anyway, thank you for watching. God bless you. I'll see you on the next video. Deuces, and have a great night.